So hey everybody, welcome back to Prince's Friend, exploring music through Prince. I am live now with a whole crowd and stuff, but I wanted to bring some really amazing news to the community that I've noticed some people have talked a little bit about, but it hasn't. I don't know why, but it hasn't become like the biggest news ever in the world. But I think it was about 2 years that I had made a video about the most beautiful girl in the world and how it was being held up in Italian courts. And that's why, we haven't gotten the gold experience released and all of that stuff. And that case has been ongoing for a very, very long time. And to the point where, like, honestly, it kind of fallen off my radar. And I was like, well, I guess that's just it. I guess we'll just never get the gold experience and we'll just never get anything. That's just how it's going to be. However, just recently, it was in March, there was actually movement on this case. And when I say movement, I say there was a settlement. So what that means is that, the case is over. So I'm going to share this with you. Let's share screen window. Here we go. Okay, so essentially this first document here is just the settlement of the most beautiful girl in the world. This is the second part, but essentially what this is hey, Wanda, welcome to, thank you for joining. Wanda's now a member. Woohoo! Good job. Thank you so much, by the way. So essentially this is a document. This is just one of the court documents saying that the estate of, Comerica and whatnot has the right to act on the behalf of Prince because the actual, the lawsuit was originally against Prince. So there has to be a separate thing that says we are acting as if we are Prince. And it's like, bam, there it is. So that's what this document, that's pretty much all this document says. It's pretty short. So there's that one. The second one, though, or technically the first one, I just wanted to get past the first one real quick. So this is the really cool part, is that there has been a settlement. We don't know what the settlement was for. We don't know, like, the amount of money or whatever, but I kind of wanted to run through this document because it kind of tells you everything that happened in the order that it happened and tells you the conclusion. So it says that, let's see, it took place before the honorable whatever. Okay. So in 1995, 2 Italian songwriters, Bruno Bergonzi and Michel Vicino, that's probably completely wrong, and I apologize for that, and their publishing company filed a lawsuit in Italy alleging that Prince basically plagiarized their song Taking Me to Paradise for his song Most Beautiful Girl in the World. The defendants sued Prince and Controversy Music Inc. Let's see. And they were publishing. Okay. So were later acquired by Warner Brothers. Okay. So anyway, let's move on. The Italian district initially found no infringement. Then they appealed, and then they reversed that and actually did say that at least a portion of Prince's song was quote unquote plagiarized from their song, which not really. So, and what that did is it awarded the following. It had an injunction preventing the song from being sold in Italy, and it gave a money judgment in favor of them. So Prince had to pay, and he wasn't able to have the song out anymore. So, that it is what it is. I think there was a separate but much larger judgment in favor of Warner Chappell was more money, essentially. So they got a bunch of money and then award costs and attorney's fees. So they got their money back plus more money, and Prince couldn't do the song. So here's the thing, is that Prince appealed that, it says it right here, and the 2 writers defended against the appeal, and yeah, it worked. So in 2015, let me see, it ruled in 2015. So this whole appeal had been happening since 1995 up to 2015, which is ridiculous. But the court dismissed the appeal by Prince basically making the final money judgment. That was in 2015, and the court accepted the appeal. A whole bunch of extra money was awarded. So now in July 2018, the Court of Appeals in Rome delivered a judgment that said that they couldn't use the song at all. Before it was you couldn't sell it in Italy, and they made the argument that it should be everywhere. Like, it shouldn't just be Italy. You should not be allowed to sell that anywhere. And that's in 2018. That's why then that song was kind of removed from all the different things. That's why, when after Prince passed, we had the song and people could listen to it. And even the Gold Experience was up on a couple of streaming sites. And then all of a sudden it was gone. That was in 2018. So there's that. Let's see. So worldwide injunction. Yes. So now we come to today. On January 25th, 2021, the Italian Supreme Court dismissed the appeal on the grounds of procedural grounds without addressing the dispute. So they're just like, no, it's fine. It's just a worldwide ban. You can't do it anywhere, whatever. So now that meant from 2018 onward, they pursued enforcement actions in Germany, France, Australia, Canada, and United Kingdom seeking recovery. They were just like, if you played it anywhere, if you sold it anywhere, we're coming for that money, which I'm sure that sucked for the estate and whatnot. So after several months of negotiation, there was a trial in March 2021. But after several months of negotiation, the parties have agreed to settle the case by entry of a long-form settlement agreement based on the terms, and these terms are all redacted. Sorry. We don't know what they actually, agreed to, but it's here. Something happened. So what that means is that the Court of the United Kingdom has provided the parties with 28-day continuance of the trial to finalize a settlement agreement to ensure that the estate does not incur unnecessary costs. The personal representative is seeking court approval to enter into a settlement agreement based on the terms. And let me see. So, and they have kept the heirs and primary wave because, again, remember that some of the heirs sold some of their shares to primary wave, so they have to be notified too because they own some of the shares. The personal representative. So none of the heirs nor primary wave have objected to a settlement. So essentially, I'm gonna skip kind of to the end. So finally, with the exception of the estate's disputes with the IRS and this litigation constitutes the estate's most significant outstanding third-party matter. The full and final resolution of this dispute will help ensure that the court is able to promptly close the estate once the estate tax liability is resolved. So as a result, the personal representative respectfully requests that the court enter an order approving the material settlement based on. So what that means is that all of this paperwork in March was them putting it into the putting it to the courts so that it can be approved. Once it's approved, and I haven't gotten any other update that it's been approved since then, but as soon as it's approved, that means that bam, like it's ready, and then we might end up getting the we might end up getting the Gold Experience. We might end up getting Most Beautiful Girl, the Beautiful Experience. We'll get these songs back because they will have made an agreement and it'll be okay. Like, they can start using the song again. They had recently done a whole thing where, like, when they released the anthology, like, out of like all of the tracks, like there was like 6 to 8 Gold Experience tracks. And I'm like, why is that? And it's because I think that they were like, we're never going to be able to release this Gold Experience. But I saw that somebody said, this is depressing. Can we celebrate the dude? We are celebrating him. This isn't depressing. This is actually good news. This is good news that the courts are saying, bam, we got it. We got it. Like, it's settled. As long as the courts approve that it's settled, awesome, bam, done. It's great. And then we will finally be able to get these really great Prince songs back that, I don't know, some people are saying that they're, that Most Beautiful Girl in the World was plagiarized. I don't believe it. I've listened to both songs. So anyway, so there you go. That's that video. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, all that stuff. We've gotten one person who has already signed up to be a member here. If you want to be a member, don't forget to hit the join button underneath. And yeah, so you can do that, or go to patreon.com/princessfriend, and then you can join that way. And I share different stuff in different places, so it'll work out. Anyway, okay, so that's that video. It was pretty cool that I found that information. I thought it was really, really cool when I found that information that they actually are moving forward on the most beautiful girl in the world. So I'm very happy to have been able to share that with you guys here, because to me, that's huge news. I don't know if anybody else cares, but I think it's huge. So there you go. The question is, will it be back on streaming services? I mean, I don't know, no, but I would assume that whenever the court approves it, whenever the court approves the whole thing, and it goes through and it gets filed and everybody pays their fees and all that stuff, I assume that then it will be available. And probably the whole gold experience will be available, because it's hard to have the gold experience without the most beautiful girl in the world. That's the problem with that song. Is that like the gold experience has the most beautiful girl in the world kind of woven through it. So anything based on that song might be affected. So they're just like, we're just not going to even have the song at all. But my guess is that we would. So